The Storm Ion Pro will be releasing with Rotogrips XL on June 21st. The Ion Pro is new territory for Storm, delivering competition to the Envy Tours and Black Venoms of the world, and we'll take our first look at it here featuring Tobias. We are, of course, at Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas, bowling on the Kegel Chromium Challenge pattern. The lane graph is linked in the description if you want to take a look at the details. As we look at Tobias's layout, there are also instructional videos in the description to teach you about cores and layouts if you don't know what all the numbers mean, as well as a number of links and discount codes. I tried to go easier on the advertising, hashtag script fatigue, but my sponsors like Royal Crest, Bowlers Mart, and CoolWick are a big part of supporting the channel. Plus, using my code ROSEDAL10 at checkout at CoolWick knocks 10% off, and also helps sponsor jerseys for Royal Crest Youth League bowlers, so do it for the kids. Starting with the tech specs, the new Element Tour AI core is SPI's first/second foray into the asymmetric tour type of core territory, in addition to being the first core that they designed specifically to collaborate with the AI core. Everything else AI has been on so far has been an existing core that they just added AI to. The numbers in 15 pounds are a 247 RG, 035 differential, and an 014 int diff. 16 pounds is extremely close with the numbers, but 14 unfortunately sees the RG jump up to 251, and with this ball already being fairly clean and responsive, that's just going to exaggerate that. Not significantly so, I don't think, but you won't quite get the same experience. However, you'll still have a similar relationship from the Ion to the IQ Tour, which also has a higher RG in 14 as well. The reason I say this is their first/second time with this kind of core is because the tour dynamics was kind of in similar territory, but the diff and int diff was too far away, and the cover was much too weak to really be in the kind of zone where the Obsession Tour, Envy Tour, and Black Venom live. The cover's fairly simple. It's TX16 hybrid at 4000 grit out of the box, same surface prep as the IQ Tour. This is the first time we've seen this cover version stateside. It's the hybrid version of the Phase 2 and Journey cover, so proven benchmark formula, proven core number territory, and I think it makes sense because balls like the IQ Tour are starting to show their age, or ball reaction has just evolved a little beyond it. The Ion Pro on paper should be a ball that rolls like an IQ but with more teeth and that gets 10 more often. On the lane, that's really what it looks like. Recognizable, rounder, more continuous shape, similar length but with more punch and conviction down lane while still retaining a lot of control. Transition happens a lot faster and forces players deeper sooner than was the case when the IQ came out, and it really doesn't like angles, so I don't think it sees that much lane time for many people anymore. The Ion seems to be basically an IQ that you can get left with. Other balls have been near that territory, but this one's more on the nose, so to speak. TX16 is a fair bit stronger than R2S as well. I mean, just see the strength difference between the IQ and Phase 2, but the strength here seems to mostly affect the back-end reaction. It doesn't really seem to have too much more traction than an IQ, or be any earlier at least. I think that's a good thing because with that really low RG, going with too strong or early of a cover could really put the front to back ball reaction in a weird place. Control is necessary, but it still needs to be effective control. The Ion is controllable, but has a really nice assertive shape into the pins. Lots of stability, but plenty of punch. It gets a little too long from the deeper angles, but this is on a fresher pattern, and again, it's supposed to be a benchmark ball. Benchmark is medium everything, and this feels like a current day IQ Tour. We're going to compare it to the Absolute Power because it's basically a fully asymmetric IQ Tour, and don't worry, you'll see the IQ comparison in Zach's review. The Power and IQ covers are very closely related, just a lot bigger core with a lot more torque in the Power. It's been great for a lot of people and has been the ball that pseudo-fits the idea that the Ion is now here to fill, so when it comes to the Ion versus the Power, there's more strength and torque out of the core of the Power, but less strength out of the cover, and it's really interesting to see how visible that difference is. You can see the extra effort Tobias is putting in to hit up more on the Power because of the weaker cover, which is creating a bit of over-under on the fresh on this pattern. They seem to act similarly at first glance, but the Power goes from being too quick from straighter to being too clean when he moves in a little deeper really quickly. This illustrates what hook actually is really well. Just like we were talking about in the XL review, weaker balls desperately need friction to get them to move or to hook, while stronger covers create more of their own traction. you can really see the extra stability the Ion offers, how much more forgiving it is, while still offering a similar response or sharpness to the Power. At the same time, once a little transition shows up on this lane and you get that more predictable friction for the Power to work with, that's when you're going to see it come alive, so I think these two could be a great pair together. Once again, the Ion Pro releases with Rotogrips XL on June 21st. I also have reviews for that one featuring both Tobias and Zach. Also, please hit the description, too many links and codes to keep dragging out every video with. Bowler's Mart link, CoolWick discount code, Nexus Backpack V2 discount link, lane condition, layout core videos, Patreon, Discord, all of it. This video was brought to you by Panda Bear Productions. We put the in bowling. Thanks for watching and may the strikes be with you.
Looked all right. All right.
Go back to playing my game. You were striking.
I know, I gotta put that ball up. Just can't hit the pocket. Gotta go light. Woo, got the 10 pin. Got the 10 pin.